The inventor and businessman Elon Musk is one of several space entrepreneurs who is pushing for a permanent human presence on Mars.
But a venture across millions of miles of hostile space is not only expensive, but would be incredibly dangerous. Some of the work being done to make a mission to Mars more likely is underway right here within the UNLV engineering department. George Knapp of our 8 News Now I-team got a peek behind the curtain.
I'm sure you'll both remember a couple of weeks ago, international news was made by a grad student whose algorithm made it possible to get the first photograph of a black hole. Turns out PhD candidates at UNLV's School of Engineering are tackling equally daunting tasks, trying to figure out how to transport people to Mars and how to get them back. It's a continuation of work that started here in Nevada decades ago. A still glistening facility tucked inside what used to be called the Nevada test site is a reminder of what could have been.
Films of these early tests show the flaming torch on the test stand.
NERVA, a program to develop a nuclear engine to propel humans to Mars and beyond, proved the technology works, but a planned 1980s mission to the Red Planet never happened. Budget cuts killed NERVA. The idea, though, lives on.
At the National Atomic Testing Museum, there is a historian from Los Alamos, and he was just like, who's ready to go to Mars? And I was the only one who was like, yeah.
UNLV engineering grad student Kimberly Gonzalez didn't know at the time she'd get a chance to help make a future Mars mission possible. Gonzalez was chosen by NASA to spend this summer working on a nuclear fusion system that could get humans to Mars in a hurry. She grabbed NASA's attention because of work she's been doing with her mentor, UNLV engineering professor Dr. Bill Culbreth, picking up where NERVA left off. They're experimenting with different materials that could produce a more efficient, less corrosive fuel element inside a nuclear engine. Greater efficiency would mean a human crew could get to Mars faster, which is a huge consideration.
If you're taking only half the time to get to Mars, that's half the radiation you're exposed to. And so with high levels of exposure, you can develop cancer. So the less time you can spend in space, the less effects it'll have on your health.
Kim's older sister is also a UNLV grad student. She's now finishing her degree working at Los Alamos National Lab. Dr. Culbreth, whose other students have moved on to classified work at sensitive facilities, has hints of cutting-edge research all over the engineering lab. Drones made from special composite materials, which were test flown at the Nevada National Security Site. Capacitors capable of igniting fusion reactions. Experiments on which molten salts might work best for future solar power plants. But few of these get Culbreth as excited as a possible mission to Mars. He thinks humans need to go, not just robots.
So getting humans onto the surface of Mars, onto the surface of Titan, and onto these other celestial bodies, I think is important because they can then flexibly adapt to any new situation, investigate things beyond what the machines would be able to do.
Culbreth laments the cancellation of NERVA decades ago, but is excited by private efforts to get humans into space. Elon Musk's powerful rockets, Robert Bigelow's space habitats. If the work being done by Kimberly and others pans out, Culbreth knows the perfect time for a manned mission.
The next opportunity seems to be 2030, and the reason is because it's the point of closest approach between Mars and the Earth. We're both on the same side of the sun. So that means that for a brief period of time, we're about 50 or 60 million miles apart. And it's a great time for exploring Mars. It's, I think, something that humankind needs to do. We need to be out in space and we need to be exploring.
I've met a lot of people who are working in nuclear rockets, and they're like, if they leave me at Mars, I'll be happy. But I mean, if I ever went to Mars, I would like to come back, so.
You've been asked the question, right? Yeah. Kimberly Gonzalez is just back from delivering a paper at a green energy conference in Paris. She'll be leaving for NASA Marshall in a matter of weeks. Dr. Culbreth's name was in the news a few months ago because of a paper written about hypersonic objects in space, part of a secret Pentagon research project. We hope to have more on that in a future report, and we have additional material about NERVA on our website. I don't remember going to Paris during grad school. Do you?
That seems like a pretty nice assignment,
yeah.
George. Thanks.
By the way, that's really the key to that 2030 potential Mars trip. Can I come back?
Yeah, that would be the key.